I'm going to touch on mindset a bit, actually. Uh, Next time, I'm going to go ahead and delve into that shortly here. So, mindset is something for all of those of you. Have anybody read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? A few of you, yeah. So, it's amazing what that book does. But for me, my very first mentor in real estate totally shifted my mind around what was possible. So prior to that, and many of you being entrepreneurs, you already have this mindset, but whether it be my acquisitions manager or you who are business owners or whatever, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many hours you're working. What matters is what's getting done, right? I know people who can seem like get an amazing amount of stuff done in half a day. And then there's some I've seen who seem like busy for 12 hours and busy doing a lot of things that just don't get accomplished what they want. And so for me, I'd always raised in an entrepreneurial home. Dad had a construction company. Prior to that, he had managed 2 hog farms. A very hardworking person who's taught me tons of values, and I love him for that. And I look back, and I never knew, though, how money could be made. I never realized the way that money worked. And I was taught to save money. I was taught to be able to live on very little money and didn't have much of it. So I'm sure some of you have had the same scenario. You can scrimp and save and live on a few $100 a week if you had to, yet when you begin to realize, and my relationship with money began to change, and I realized how it was created. You know, it still blows my mind that the Federal Reserve can print $30 trillion and give it to the U.S. and say, you owe us $30 trillion plus interest. They didn't give us nothing. So money is a weird thing. And so when I begin to realize how it works and my relationship with money began to change and my cash flow began to change and my real estate deals began to change, everything began to change, and I realized that I could truly wholesale a deal and profit a sizable check. I realized that I could truly buy a house. You know, I find it interesting. I do some stuff on social media. I haven't done a lot on it recently. I'm actually launching a few things on it right now, getting a team going and going to really begin branding out online. Yet I find it very interesting that on social media, people will message somebody. Just yesterday, I was always posting videos. I'm starting to do that consistently now. And somebody messaged yesterday and said something about, I do not believe it is possible. I have $5,000 in my savings account, and I do not believe it's possible to buy a house with $5,000. He said, send me a video and prove it, and you have me hooked. Of course, you already know. You know, he did that. So I thought, well, whatever, getting ready for the event, I'll just have a little fun. So I just went on there and I sent him one of my YouTube videos of how I bought a house with $1,000, made 10 grand on it, sold it on contract, which I'm getting ready to show you all, and ended up turning this deal that I really overpaid for into almost $40,000 of profit over time, plus the guy who bought it from me is going to make it more because he's only paying me $4 something a month, and he's Section 8 renting it for $900 a month. And so everybody's winning, get what they wanted. And so as soon as he seen the YouTube video, he messaged me back and he goes, well, you make it look easy in your videos, but it's not. I said, okay. So I just messaged back. I said, he said, you need at least 200,000 to start. So I messaged him back. I said, if you want to save 200 grand before you start, God bless you and I wish you the best. No need to argue. Because why? He doesn't believe it. He's not allowing himself to believe it. Yet I have students every day. You know, Kurt sent me a check recently, $71,699.12 from one little deal that he did. And why? Because he believed it. He went out, he kept making the calls, he kept doing it. And so when I begin to realize that shift and realize that you can actually accumulate, like I did at 22 and in 2015, millions of dollars of assets, regardless of where you currently are with your situations. And when I began to totally shift my mindset around that, everything changed. And I began to much more easily accumulate cash flow and assets and grow my life and business. And then I got caught up in growing that, and I didn't focus on life. And how many knows we've got to have a balance? Amen. So we got to have a balance. And so for me, being able to utilize what we create, and all of us are at different stages in life, and you go through a spell and you put in work for day and night and you get something going, then you've got to know when to enjoy it as well. And so once you really begin to turn it, I turned money and life and business into almost a game. I begin to enjoy it so much more. It's no longer stressful. It's no longer, I need to get this deal done. I need to get $72,000 in the bank. This is fun. And everything began to flow so much easier when my mindset shifted. I began to look at it through a lens of having so much fun. It's actually fun to me, which you'll see. Any and all of you who see me call sellers, you'll see I am loving every minute of it. Why? Because it's fun. We have fun when we do these calls, don't we, Bruce? Even the no's, even the cranky old man that said we couldn't afford his house, it was still fun. And why? Because we're just having fun. And Bruce is one of my VIP members, and we was talking to one of his sellers 2 days ago, and the guy has a house. It's comps for $650,000, and he said he posted it for $900,000. I said, well, what's the least you'll take? He said, what I posted it for. I said, okay. Would you entertain taking monthly payments? He had already told the VA no, right? So just following up. So would you entertain taking monthly payments? I went through the no script, which I'll show you in a second. And he says, no, I already told your assistant that I wouldn't. It's $900 cash or nothing. Have a good day. Click. And so
I'm in no hurry to sell, too.
I'm in no hurry to sell, yes. So enjoy your house. So it's okay. That used to bother me, right, when people would do that. But then you realize, who cares? That's not the deal we're looking for anyway. And just like the cranky guy on social media, that's not the guy I'm looking for. I want people who I can help get seven-figure businesses, not the one who's trying to prove that it's necessary for him to stay broke so he feels better being broke, which is exactly what he was trying to do. And so when you realize what is possible and you begin to really pursue that and you really begin to enjoy that, everything changes. I have students who work full-time jobs and have families and support those families, yet they turn this into a multiple six-figure or even seven-figure business because they have turned it into a game. They have fun with it.